Yes, people, welcome back to Albert JTV for another episode of Life Stories. Hashtag episode 10. But before we get into it, people, let's hit the intro. Welcome back, footballing community. Another episode of Life Stories, episode 10. I will be joined by special guests at Football Want, at nred_1992, and at John_NUFC42. It is showtime, people. Welcome back to Albert JTV. And there you have it, people. Soothing Sunday night intro. Or Sunday evening, shall I say, stroke night intro. But yeah, people, as I always say, smash the like button or obliterate the like button. This is actually my first live stories where it is a non-Arsenal panel. So this is almost like a holiday to me, to be honest with you, to take a break from the mighty Arsenal. So yeah. So we have a mixture of Newcastle, Man United, and Liverpool represented. Amazing guys in their own right as individuals and human beings, and great at what they do in terms of their channels. And yeah, massive plaudits to them. And I call them like my secondary football family, to be honest with you, outside of London. Yeah. But further ado, people, action-packed show, timescale as well. Let me go to the chat quickly. Who's already there? Look at that. Someone, yes, Mr. Bossy Fox. Thank you, my friend. Smash the like button and do some retweets to me, mate, if you can, if possible. Be much appreciated. But yes, further ado, episode 10 run, double figures of life stories. This has been a content series that has been very enjoyable to do. It's not just, it's away from the sort of the blood and thunder of Twitter, as I like to say to my panelists. So yeah, you can take a seat, relax, and enjoy the questions, man. So first guest, I'll call him my brother from another mother from the Northwest, representing Manchester United at Football Want. Dan, welcome back to Albert JTV yet again.
Yeah, thanks for having me, mate. I always respond to the bat signal in the sky when you send me that message saying come back on. Thanks for having me on, mate. Fantastic. Thank you, bud.
No, like I said, this content series gives me the scope to reach out further than just Arsenal fans. So that's why I enjoy doing it. And second but not least, he's been to the channel before, John Sinclair representing Newcastle. John, welcome back to the channel, my friend.
Welcome back. Love to come back on, mate. I mean, all it is, I think your channel's fantastic. And I've been up like 3 times now and really enjoy your channel, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
No, thank you, man. Much blessings to both of you. And first time, welcome to the red carpet. Representing Liverpool. Douglas, welcome to the channel, my friend.
Thank you very, very much for having me. Fantastic panel tonight. 3 of the best people you could get. Dan, who does absolutely amazing work on Football Isn't That As What I Want. John Sinclair with all his Newcastle content. Going past 2K subscribers, fantastic. And Albert, you're just an absolute legend. So thank you very much for having me. Very
kind words. And I'll echo what Douglas said, man. Douglas, I got to say, did I say your surname right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. You know what? I thought I need to get this right. I got this guy for the first time. I got to get it right. But no, I echo what Douglas said, man. And Dan, fantastic stuff on your channel with the grasshopper stuff and the mental health stuff which you talk about openly and candidly. John, 2K, your work ethic and your consistency is amazing. Douglas, keep doing what you're doing on your channel, mate. And big up to your content on the AFCON, man. I saw the views, man. Amazing. So, guys, keep focused and keep doing what you're doing. But further ado, people, like I said, smash that like button. We're going to get started with life stories. I'm going to come to my first guest. I'm going to come to John, actually. Footballing story, mate. Kind of what made you support Newcastle? And it's 2 questions in one. And then your favorite player ever for your beloved club, Newcastle. So how did it start for you, my friend?
Well, it is, right? I mean, it's going back quite a while. It is and that when they had big names, Peter Basie, Chris Waddle, right? Yeah. And also a soft spot for Newcastle United and the passion for the club as well, the city, the fans as well. And, I mean, it's just a fantastic football club. Yeah, the fans, friendly, having fun. And look, we haven't won many things. But I'm afraid to say it, we haven't won since 1955, the FA Cup. And his long time in the first cup in 1969. And I thought, you know what? I'll support this team because I think, we're going to get for Newcastle, And then we have some cracking managers over the years. Kevin Keegan, Sir Bon Robson, Rafa Benitez, and hopefully the latest one, Eddie Howe. And I just think the atmosphere is great. I mean, big names playing Malcolm McDonald and all those names as well, like Wyn Davis. I'll go back in my time sort of thing, But if you look at the favourite players I've seen, I've got my top 3, but I've also seen...
Fry him in, John. Fry him in, mate. Go
on. For me, I'll go to say Alan Shearer. He's at the top of the tree.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm going to say... it's going to be a tough one as well, but I thought about it quite a long time. But I'm going to say David Ginola because of his skills as well.
Good shout.
And the one I'm going to say, and I've thought about this for a while, and it's going to be tough as well. But I just flipping and flopping as well, sort of thing as well. But I tell you what, I wouldn't mind going Peter Beardsley because of his skills and they've changed game changer. I love game changers at Newcastle, and Peter Beardsley is one of them as well. But I can think of others as well. But out of the three, I'll choose Shearer all day long because it's my era. He's a fantastic striker. I mean, he's scored Scotland Champions League twice in 2 seasons as well. And listen, at the end of the day, I mean, Newcastle's my baby, it's my love, and I hope that to actually win the trophy. Now, what we got now? We got new owners taking over. And I just think it's fantastic to have those new owners as well. And they're going to do big things for us. I mean, they're very ambitious. We as a fans are ambitious as well. And we can't hit the ground running and just as in the Premier League. But like I said, I mean, if you go back sort of thing, I could have said Malcolm McDonald as well. I watched clips of Malcolm. He's a finisher as well. A true legend.
Good shout.
True legend of the football club. He works for, he comes on NUFC Matters on the Thursday with John Gibson as well. And his name has got to be right there at the top as well. 5 seasons in Newcastle United, 71-76. And Andy Cole as well, 41 goals in the season before he went to Man United. And look, we have some cracking players there. Shay Given, I wouldn't rule out Shay Given. But there are so many names that Newcastle United can choose from.
Too many, John. Too many.
Robert, you could choose Gary Speed. You could choose Lewis and Lewis as well. Venison. You could choose so many. So many. I could go all night with this as well. But hey, absolutely fantastic names there. And let's hope that onwards and upwards. And let's see who's going to be the next venture at our football club.
No, good, John. John, good shout, man. Really some good names. I remember, like, my sort of remembering Newcastle. One player that I remember very well. I mean, Newcastle, I would say probably Manchester United for me in terms of the old-fashioned 4-4-2. You know, you have the two wide boys in Gillespie and Ginola. And you had that up front, Shearer and Ferdinand, and United, you know, the likes of Giggs and Kanchelskis. Mark Hughes must have been an absolute nightmare to play against for a centre-half. He was different class. But, John, good shouts. And, like, for me, one Newcastle player for me, who doesn't probably get a mention, John, you might disagree or agree, is Rob Lee. I thought there was a period of time at Newcastle where he couldn't stop scoring goals for fun. I thought he was exceptional. People saying in the chat, Ashbria, Ferdinand, brilliant. Great names.
What about Santiago Munez?
I never watched a guy play. I never watched him.
Have you never seen the film? Have you ever seen the film Goal?
Yeah.
Oh God!
The film Goal. He's in that. He's a player from the film, isn't he? He scored and cut him into the Champions League. I always love that film.
No, good shout.
Good shout. I've never heard of him, but where is he? He's not hardly been mentioned. You know what I mean? I think sad man. But if that's the case, then whether to go round us up, I don't know. But we need to know where he is.
No, shout. I'm going to come to Doug actually. Yes, give us your sort of rundown on sort of the Liverpool connection, and obviously incorporate in your opinion, your favorite player ever for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's all down from to my dad really. My dad was a big Liverpool fan in the 70s and 80s, so it kind of runs in the family. I actually remember my first ever game I went to as well was Liverpool 4 Sheffield United 0 on the 24th of February 2007. And I believe Robbie Fowler got 2, Stevie Gerrard got 1, and then Hyypiä might have got the other one as well. But that was my first memory of being a Liverpool fan. Favourite players, I could have a list of about probably 10 to 12 players, and it would be, I think Steven Gerrard would be right up at the top of the list. For me, he's my all-time favourite player. But no, there's loads. I mean, Xabi Alonso. I mean, like that midfield we had: Xabi Alonso, Javi Mascherano, Momo Sissoko. Like, it was so many. I even think of players like Jose Enrique that we got from Newcastle. Absolutely underrated left back that we had as well. And he had a very, very good time of it at Newcastle. Came to Liverpool and he did very, very well. So I've got a lot of players that I can look back on, and obviously now you look at Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, obviously Jota as well. But yeah, for me, it just came from my dad's side of things, because if I hadn't supported Liverpool, I think there'd be something far wrong in my family. So yeah,
good job. Now, Doug, you came out with some good players. Like, for my time remembering Liverpool, the whole Spice Boys thing, having the likes of McManaman and Redknapp. You know what? I don't know if Dan, you might agree, or John, but Jamie Redknapp could play, man. He was the only thing that stopped him was the injury. His ability to pass the ball, his ability to score goals, long range shooting was exceptional. That should not be on. Do you
know who I liked? Well, I don't like anyone at Liverpool. Let's get that right. But was Yari Litmanen. Do you remember they brought him in on free?
Yeah.
And he scored some stunners for him, didn't he? I did like him. Decent player.
But yeah, Robbie Fowler is probably one of the most natural finishers I've seen in footballing wise for a striker. I must say. But one player as well. I mentioned him when I had the luck enough to get Lee Judges and Graham on for Life Stories. I think can't remember now what episode it was. I think it was 8. But and we talked about underrated players and players that didn't fulfill their potential. And for mine was an obvious one. It was Stan Collymore. The problem with him, there was so much off the field stuff that he had everything. I mean, when he came to Liverpool, for example, I think there was a season that him and Fowler got 55 plus goals combined. Insane. Yeah. And they still didn't win the league. So
he scored all sorts of goals as well, couldn't he, Collymore?
Yeah,
he scored all sorts of goals.
Yeah, Danny had everything. Like I said, he could side foot the ball harder than most people could hit with their laces. But like I said, a lot of stuff off the field. But
that's the problem with some of these players, and we're seeing it now with, dare I say, Greenwood. Is fantastic ability, but weak mentality. Just not got the ability to have in their feet, in their head to deal with it. So some of these players that could have gone on and done so well, as we're seeing now, just slip away now and off they go. I mean, Greenwood will never play again, will he? He'll never play for United again.
Another player that just came to my mind is Patrick Berger. I mean, he was a fantastic player, really great player.
Handsome devil as well, wasn't he? Handsome.
He was a good looking lad.
one for the ladies for sure. But no, Patrick Berger. It's a shame injuries sort of cut his stay on Merseyside, but a cracking player Patrick Berger was.
What's up? Do you remember that goal he scored for Portsmouth when Portsmouth come up for the first time under Redknapp? He scored an absolute
Charlton away, I think it was.
Hell of a goal.
Yeah. That's a brilliant goal. Now, guys, great shouts, man. Like I said, this is the point of doing this content series, to hear you guys' stories behind what sort of got you into football and your passion for your clubs. It's amazing. Coming to Dan. Let's hear it from you, my friend. Now, how did the love affair start with you from Man United? And I know it's going to be difficult narrowing it down to favourite players, but try your best.
No, you know what? It wasn't that hard. So I mean, I actually was this close to being an Arsenal fan.
Oh wow!
When I was a kid, When I was a kid, I used to play. Do you remember Wembley? The game Wembley.
Yeah.
Everyone against each other on the playground. I always wanted to be Paul Merson up until the age of 6.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah, Paul Merson. Wow, Paul Merson. But then my uncle took me aside and said, "Not a chance. You'll be wearing the red of Manchester," and the love affair grew there. No, I mean, players wise, I narrowed it down to 2. Phil Jones was so close. He really was. Blackburn was almost there, but no. My two players are quite simple, really. David Beckham, just for me, growing up, adored him, absolutely adored him. The ability that guy had, could put the ball anywhere he wanted to. He wasn't blessed with pace, but had a great first touch, and the vision the guy had was just
technical
phenomenal.
ability was insane.
Oh, just unreal. And first footballer that made me cry. Actually, first footballer that made me cry. But not like that. I'd like to point out.
I know you. I know what you meant. You know what you meant. That don't worry.
And then the second one is Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney epitomizes every young lad's dream of not being obviously you've got Rooney and Ronaldo. One's an athlete, one's a footballer. And honestly, I just think Rooney, he gets so much disrespect when he has literally won everything there is to win as a player, bar international level. Honestly, incredible, absolutely stunning.
No, good shots. And with the Beckham, you know what? If Beckham was, I don't know, and the best way I can the best example I can use is, and John will probably agree with me actually. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a massive Chris Waddle fan. I think he's a fabulous footballer, unbelievable footballer. You go to when we had Euro 2016, right? He's working for BBC. He went in France. He is absolutely adored in that country.
Marseille? Was it Marseille?
Yeah, Marseille. Yeah. He's absolutely adored in that country. I think if Beckham in another country, I think he'd be more. He would get more love. That's my own personal opinion.
He just epitomized everything. I mean, give me one of obviously not the answer to one of your other questions, but one of my best moments was one of my most favorite moments as a football fan was that goal against Greece. Just the feeling of that goal going in, and you can't if you could bottle that feeling up and just bring it out whenever you can, you would. But I just loved him, absolutely adored him.
No, good shots, man.
Wow,
no, great shots. Great shot. People watching this live on Facebook as well as YouTube. And like I say to my audio listeners, this will go on my Spotify and Anchor. And you can hear them Albert JTV Dorset tones. So people, if you don't know what to do by now, this is what you should do. And there you have it, people. Also, follow my esteemed guests on their channels and their Twitter handles as well. Don't think about people. Just go and do it, like I say. Let's come to the next question now. Let's get another one in. John, I'm going to kick you off with... where are we now? This is quite a tough question because there's so many performances. What is the best individual performance that you've seen from a player? This could be domestic, European, or international level. # tough choice.
Oh man, is it for Newcastle or just anything?
Anything, John. I'll tell you what, John. I'm going to do mine very quickly, and I'm going to come to you because mine's mine's probably not that obvious. Actually, one of them I have mentioned before in doing YouTube, and the performance always sticks out in my head, and I've got to say it. Euro 2004, England versus Portugal quarterfinal. Ashley Cole put in the best performance I've ever seen from an England footballer, an individual. It was exceptional. The battle between him and Cristiano Ronaldo was insane.
Pocketed him.
And I remember Gary Neville saying after the game, because obviously he played in the game as well, he said that's the best performance he's ever seen. And that's one moment I looked at and thought, that's one moment I actually feel sorry for an individual footballer for losing a football match. Even still now, that's 2004. And I still remember that performance. And the one quick one before I come to John is it wasn't so much the whole performance in the 120 minutes, because he was a player that was sort of amongst England fans, almost a boo boy, if you call it. They couldn't understand why he was in the team. Again, this is England versus Portugal World Cup 2006. Ex-Bayern Munich and Manchester United midfielder Owen Hargreaves. He put in the performance in that extra time.
Player of the tournament.
I was like, wow. England were down to 10 men, obviously Rooney getting sent off. And I thought to put in a performance like that from some of the stick he was getting as an England player and to play the way he did in that 30 minutes in extra time was something that still I remember till now. It was exceptional. You'd have thought this guy, he could have played for for 5 days in a row. I don't know where he got the energy from. It was incredible. So now, big shout out to Owen Hargreaves and
honestly, mate, when we signed him that season to go when we went and won the double, the Champions League and the Premier League, he was easily top 3 players for us. He was just immense, absolutely immense.
Just a shame with the injuries, but yeah, those 2 performances for me. So yeah, John, coming to you, mate. Sorry, mate.
It's all I can think of, in my opinion, and that's going to go for Fastidio Asprilla. Scored a hat-trick against Barca in 1997. What a performance! It was honestly. I mean, that guy, absolutely finishing. It's brilliant. I mean, I've never known an individual player who could do it for Newcastle, and for that, then I became a legend at Newcastle United. I only spent 2 seasons, mind, as in James's.
Mad, yeah,
my God.
mad. Yeah.
Mad, absolutely mad, absolutely mad. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it's just a joy to watch. And he says a tough choice. Again, I had to think about it over. But I have to say, it's got to be Tino Asprilla for me. What a player. What a player.
I remember the first time before I come to Doug, I think the first time I saw Faustino Asprilla was actually Arsenal's last European trophy success in 1994 against Parma. We played against a very, very top Parma side back then in the early 90s. And then the Italian league back then was at a level that was just, it's massive. He played in the same team as Zola and Thomas Brolin, and you had Luca Bucci in goal and Sensini of Argentina. That was a top Parma side. I think they finished 5th that year in the Serie A. But Asprilla, man, when Newcastle got him, I was like, wow, that's a box office signing. Seriously.
What an ever sort of thing. And when he came, he landed on the airport, Newcastle Airport, and he must be thinking, what the heck I was doing up here, man? It was full of snow, right? 10 inches of snow.
I remember.
Yeah. And he must be thinking, you know what? I want to go back to Parma, mate. Do you know what I mean?
John, man. Great shout. No, great. Faustino, man. Brilliant player. Doug, John, good shout. Doug, same to you. Like I said, it's a difficult question. For me, it was pretty easy, but some people, there's so much football we've watched, tournaments and domestically European. But for you, what sort of sticks out to you?
Well, hence why it says tough choice. I'm going to personally go for Luis Suarez against Norwich City. It's when we won 5-1. He scored 4 goals that night. But it was just an incredible performance. Like, he scored from, I think, about 35, 40 yards.
Yeah, I remember that goal.
Takes the ball over Russell Martin and then scores. As like he scores an acrobatic goal in the penalty box, and like the last one is a free kick as well. It was just one of the best performances I think I've ever seen from one footballer. And that season he was just incredible. I think that 13-14 season, yes, I know we didn't win the league, but Suarez was just on another level. Another shout. I obviously I didn't see this, but it has to be Ronaldinho in the Bernabeu, getting a standing ovation. You don't see many players getting a standing ovation like that, but for me, it was Ronaldinho against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu.
Good shout, Doug. Good Doug. Good shouts, man. And I'll give myself a pat on the back for my little shout as well, even though I shared one of them before already anyway. But Dan, look at it. It was a tough question, man. I thought let me give him a tough one to think about. But you, what did you sort of narrow it down to in terms of a performance that you can remember?
I got 2. I tried not to go with United, but the one I'm going to speak about was just incredible. It's Roy Keane against Juventus in the Champions League semi-final.
Yes.
He was just. He epitomised the word captain in that game. Excuse me. Knew he was going to miss the final, still dragged the team through. Actually scored my favourite ever goal. You can take your overhead kicks, your 75-yard goals. That header, flicking the top corner. It was just everything that was right about the night. And that was, as soon as that goal went in, I remember being sort of sat at home thinking, we're going to win this. We're going to win. I could just feel it. And he just dragged us through that game. It just epitomised Roy Keane, the player, as well as the man. And the other one is Michael Owen when he burst on the scene for England and scored against Argentina.
Incredible moment.
Just so raw, so quick. And I actually watched what did I watch the other day? It was Premiership Years on Sky.
Yeah.
And it was the 1999 season. And just watching him before his injuries, that electric pace, just knew where the goal was, just his positional play. We talk about, the original, the proper Ronaldo, R9, if he'd stayed injury free. I just wonder what he would have achieved if he'd have stayed injury free as well. Because I don't know about you, Doug. You've been a Liverpool fan. I always felt, looking back, that Houllier always rushed him back from injury after injury after injury, because they relied on him so much with the goals. And I think probably was a catalyst for him ending up his career just being cut so much shorter than it should have been.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think it's a shame about Michael Owen that his obviously career sort of situated around injuries. I remember when he went to Real Madrid, didn't have the best time of it, and then obviously Newcastle came calling, and I was just really, really hoping that he would do well at Newcastle. And again, it just didn't happen for him, unfortunately, for Newcastle. And obviously, that the move to Manchester United obviously happened as well.
Won the league with us, mate.
Yeah, scores the winning goal in the Manchester derby. Scores the winning goal in the Manchester derby. So it's quite. But no.
The best thing about that goal is obviously it's deep into injury time. Mark Hughes is going berserk on the sideline, and when that goal goes in, the cameraman just goes straight up to Hughes, and Hughes, you can see, is fuming. Obviously,
he's like tapping at that. Yeah.
No, you know what? Good. It's mad because, obviously, no one forgets that moment with Owen in '98, and obviously, he got the hat trick against Germany in the World Cup qualifiers when they spanked the Germans in their backyard. It's mad because it wasn't the greatest German squad or side, but they still made the World Cup final the following year. You would have made that up. But yeah, you're right about Mike Owen. It's a shame again, the injuries, because you just don't know what he would have gone on to else to do in his career.
Definitely not, mate. He could have broke so many records. And didn't he win? Did he win the Ballon? No, did he win the Ballon d'Or?
He did win it.
Obviously before it was called Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, but no, great shots, guys, man. We're whizzing through. John, I'm going to come to you again, mate, because I know you're a busy man, man. Live streaming all the time, man.
Man. Oh yes.
Right. This is again. This is quite a loaded question, but it's very thought provoking. What is the best international tournament that you've ever seen, in your opinion, and your most iconic memory from a tournament? John, before I come to you again quickly, I'm going to whiz through mine.
Yeah.
God, you know what? Even I was like, you know what? I'm the one asking the questions, but I find it difficult to come up with some. But there's moments, Ghana's effort in the 2010 World Cup. People always thought, is an African team good enough to win a World Cup? In all the years I've seen major World Cup tournaments, I think that's the best year it could have happened. I'm not saying even if they'd have beat Uruguay, that they would have beat Holland in the semi, but that Ghana in that tournament were fantastic. They were absolutely brilliant. And it does pay me a little bit to say that as Nigerian, but I don't want to give them too much credit. But no, they were exceptional. But another personal favorite of mine, like the James Rodriguez goal in the 2014 World Cup, that goal against Uruguay. Wow. I mean, what a moment. But the one England Euro 96, the 4-1 against Holland, I mean, you can't, you're grateful to be alive to see moments like that. And the last one I'm going to quickly say before I come to John is, and it kind of just hit me really, obviously being Nigerian origin, we won the African Nations Cup in 1994, qualified for the World Cup that year. It's fantastic scenes, great effort, got to a knockout stage against Italy, but to go and win the Olympic gold 2 years later in Atlanta, we beat Mexico in the quarterfinal, Brazil in the semi-final, and Argentina in the final. That is exceptional. It was great. Trust me, that was a great time to be watching Nigerian football. It was exceptional, and we weren't playing against minnows in the Olympics. Brazil had players like Bebeto was still playing, Flavio Conceição was still playing, Roberto Carlos, I think, broke into the team around that time. So that was a proud moment for Nigerian football, and that elevated us to a world level, in my own humble opinion. But great times, man. Hence the reason why I've got the top on, JJ Kocher, number 10. But John, let's come to you, my friend.
Right. I think I could think too. One go way back. It's been played over again. That Brazilian national team back in 1970 in the World Cup against Italy.
Yeah.
Wow. I tell you what, that has to be the best Brazilian side ever. And it still is. It still is. Pele and Jairzinho. I think Jairzinho played that last goal when he won the cup. When he made it 4-1.
The passing.
Oh my God. The passing.
Different
they could not get near them. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, though, it was some good. They keep on playing it over again. And the other one as well is in Germany, were 5-up against, I think 5-up against Brazil in the 2014 World Cup when they.
Oh wow, incredible!
I tell you what, would you believe that? Absolutely fantastic. What performances, man! Absolutely fantastic performance. But the one's going to stuck in my mind is that Brazil in the 1970, and I'll tell you something. And I was only one. And excuse me, I know what I'm going to say as well. England won the World Cup in 1966.
Yeah.
John, listen. You know what, John? That's such a relevant point because even with the recent eras that has happened, obviously Doug probably doesn't really care to go, but no, I didn't think I would ever see an England football team, men's team, make a major final. In my lifetime.
I'm not stealing my bloody answer.
But you know what? People listening, pretend you never heard that. I'll stop talking. John, great shouts. Let me come to Doug. Go on, mate. Sorry.
I mean, obviously, there's probably obvious ones. Probably, Zambia winning the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations. I don't think anyone saw them like an underdog story. I actually thought Gambia getting to the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations this season was very, very impressive. Nobody gave them a chance to get out of the group stage, and they actually played some very, very good football. And unfortunately for them, they just came up against a very good Cameroon side.
What about Comoro?
I have to go back. What's that?
Is it Comoros? I don't know how you say it.
They beat Ghana, didn't they?
Comoros, yeah.
Goal, didn't they?
Yes. That was against Cameroon. I absolutely love the 2006 World Cup tournament. Hence the reason, because the final was actually played on my 13th birthday. So I'll always remember that. Italy against France, the Zidane headbutt. But that Italy side was just something else. That tournament.
Cannavaro, bloody
Totti.
hell.
I think Totti was part of that squad. Del Piero's part of that squad. Daniel De Rossi, Fabio Grosso, Zambrotta, who for me was
there's just so many.
Yeah. No, Doug, great shout, man. Great shout. Dan, obviously, I forget what I said.
I had to think long and hard actually because
go on.
I had to think if I was going to choose Euro 96 for obvious reasons. Just football was just peak that summer, best. Incredible. But then I just can't get away from the Euros. I can't as an Englishman, as you said. I never ever thought I'd see us in a final. I never did. And my favourite moment from that tournament is when Muller goes through on goal and he misses.
Yeah.
And just all the footage of the German fans cheering and then I loved it. And just to beat Germany in
that was massive.
A competitive game and it was just incredible. The only problem with it, obviously, being the racism and the idiots that come from it, ruined that. But it won't ruin my memories of the games we played. And we had a slow start. Scotland obviously won their final by getting that 0-0 draw against us. But we started quite slowly, and then we sort of come into it, didn't we? And I think that's why I thought we would honestly win it, because the best teams normally start slow and just build and build and build. And I felt that's what we did all the way through it. When we spanked Ukraine, when we went 1-0 down against Denmark in so many years previous, has normal England just folded. But we didn't. We kept going. And I think Gareth Southgate, as much as he gets a lot of stick, he's the big catalyst of that, because that togetherness he's created with those players, it's no longer international. It looks like they're like a club football, aren't they? They've got that club feel about them. They're all mates. There's none of this Arsenal players sit there, Liverpool players sit there.
He's got rid of that.
He got rid of that, and I think that was it. Showed in the togetherness the players showed whilst they played. But I mean, just the Euros, it just seeing us get to a final, just unreal. And we nearly won it. We nearly won it. If we'd have just gone for it after that first goal instead of trying to sit back and just had the balls to just go for that second goal, we'd have killed them off. We would have. I don't think they'd have come back at us, but. It is what it is.
No, Dan, it's a good shout. John, I know you got to go very, very, very soon.
No, I got no time, got no tweet yet, so I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine, so I'm staying.
Right, I was probably squeezing one more bonus question for you guys, but no, Dan, it's a good point, because some people's views about the national team. Some people don't really care about international football. I get it, the club thing, but I just hope for the younger generation of fans that they don't have to wait as long as we've had to wait to see an England team make a major final. We've got a very good crop of English players that's going to develop over the next, even from now to the next 5 or 10 years. Obviously, he's going to go on further than Gareth Southgate, but I just hope we don't have to wait that long.
Do you know what, though, Albert? They said when St. George's Park was built, they said in 2008, they said, it'll take 10 years for us to see the benefits of this. 10 years later, we're in the semi-final of a World Cup. 13 years later, because of COVID, we're in the final of a European Championships. So just makes you wonder if all that work they did back then when they were laughed at for it, it is paying back. It's paying dividends.
No, good shout. No, guys, you guys have been amazing, man. Great stories, great views about the passion. You're passionate about football in terms of from a domestic point of view, from an international point of view. Some of the memories, as I like to say on my channel, I'm 21 plus VAT. Me and John are 21 plus VAT. We'll just leave it at that. But no, it's great to hear you guys thought some stories, man. That's the whole point of me doing the live stories content series. It's great to get people's stories about why they love the beautiful game, as they say. Like John coming up with things like Aspria, and Dan talking about Beckham, and Doug talking about his first game down at Liverpool. That's what it's about for me, and it's important to find those things out. But yeah, so I'm going to come to the last question of live stories. John, I'm going to kick off with you again, mate. Yeah. 2 double-loaded question.
Oh, God.
What have you made of your team season so far? And also, John, what's your sort of honest opinion of what you've seen of Arsenal this season? So take your Newcastle first and Arsenal second.
Right. So far, right, excuse me, first 7 games, absolutely shocking. Steve Bruce should have gone at the end of the season, right? So he got sacked. Quite rightly so, when the new owner comes in. And then since Eddie Howe comes in, what he's done, he got us fitter. He's got us working harder. And also, we're just playing some cracking football, yeah? And we're getting results now. I mean, we're unbeaten 5 games. We won 3 games in a row, right? And he's turned Joe Linton's career around. He's played up front. Now he plays in central midfield. And he's been a totally different player, Totally different player. You would have thought that we signed a Brazilian for 40 million quid and winning 30 international caps for his country, yeah? But Joe Linton, I tell you what, he's an engine. He tackles in and he drives the ball forward, sort of thing. I thought to myself, hold on a minute, who's this guy? What's he done to him?
Sorry, John. I'm going to come back to you. Sorry, you probably answered the question anyway. But what's the sort of biggest differences you've seen from, like you mentioned, under Bruce, and obviously what Eddie Howe's done in the short time that he's done? What's done it for you? What's the difference you've seen?
It's the fitness. Fitness. And basically, Steve Bruce only trains like 3 times a week, right? But Eddie Howe does it every day. And you can see the players are, 30% extra fitter sort of thing. They don't get knackered in games. Under Steve Bruce, it happens after 60 minutes. But our players just go going and going and going, right? And they just believe in themselves, They know the roles and they just stick to it. Do you know what I mean? We haven't considered more than 1 goal since Liverpool last December. Wow. And it's been 5 games. We're unbeaten this year, right? Which apart from Cambridge, of course, but in the league been unbeaten. For me, and also as well, Kieran Trippier, he's made a huge difference.
Fair play.
He's made a huge difference.
Fair play.
And you know what I mean? But hey, we're gonna have I think we'll be safe this season.
John, can I ask you a question? Just with, and probably to all of you actually, and to the viewers. Do you not think that's the difference between the likes of Steve Bruce? I mean, Steve Bruce, with all due respect, has been there, done it all, but there's a new age of coaching coming in now. This head coach, they're not managers anymore, and I kind of feel like Eddie Howe did the best thing when he left Bournemouth. He didn't go straight into a job. He could have gone to Celtic. He could have gone to a few places. Spurs, I think, were after him as well. But he actually, I watched an interview with him, and he said that he actually went around the world traveling, watching different styles of coaching, learning. And I just feel like that's, I mean, I don't know about you guys, it's the difference between coaching now. I think these coaches are so much more, I don't know how to describe. They're more in tune. I don't know. Whereas a manager managed, these coaches coach now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, more innovative. Go on, John.
Yeah. As you just mentioned, in tune, right? I mean, the coaching today is a lot different out of us back in the Steve Bruce days. We just got to move. You got to move on, sort of thing. You know what I mean? You look at coaches like Diego Simeone, right? That guy is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You look at coaches like Simone Inzaghi. You look at coaches as well, young coaches learning the game, right? But what he's done, you just mentioned he's gone around the world, right? Asking different coaches how it goes and stuff like that, watching how they progress. So when they come back, when they could get the next job, it has to be spot on. And Eddie Howe, what he has done, right? He's totally changed the whole philosophy in the club, and he's changing players. He's putting Joe Linton from striker into midfield. It worked, He started around fiercing games. He gets games. He has bought 5 players coming into the club. He knew exactly what he wanted. He wanted to get the defense structure right. And at the minute, we're not conceding lots of goals. We're not slacking in late after games. And now, hopefully in the summer, we're going to get a couple of strikers coming in.
Mbappe.
I tell you what, I'll take Darwin Núñez. I take Darwin Núñez and Benfica all day long. That guy.
Cracking player. Cracking player.
Wow. John, let me just get your views on sort of what have you made of Arsenal this season? Because the reason why I'm glad I've got you three on, because you guys are on social media, so you will see the interaction with Arsenal fans. It's just it's constant. There's no in the middle. It's black or white. It is literally like that. There's so much. It's so fractious. It's even probably laughable sometimes, to be honest, as an opposing fan. But what do you make of Arsenal this season?
Me personally, I just think you're being hot and cold, to be honest with you. I mean, you're not winning the big games. That's your problem. Not beating the Liverpools, the Man Cities, the Chelseas. You're not beating these, and you lost the first 3 games of the season. Now, I'm not sure if Mikel Arteta's the guy for Arsenal Football Club. Let's be real. I'm not sure about him. I really am not. I think he's come to Arsenal at the wrong time, in my opinion. He believes in this youth project, Believes in a youth project. Trust the process, But I think he's done a huge mistake in selling Aubameyang. I don't know what happened there, but he apparently came back late. And,
John, I think we're never ever gonna know now. And now he's gone in it, but it's obviously something was a bit more. But I'll tell. Okay, when he came out and said last week, in terms of he was the solution, not the problem. I mean, what do you say to that? Yeah. So listen, we're never going to truly know, but it must have been more than just lateness. That's what I look at.
I think it is actually sort of thing, but I think he play some good stuff, but he's just not putting the balls in the back of the net, and that's your problem. I mean, Xhaka's another issue, right? I mean, and also your players keeps get sent off every flipping week. I mean, Xhaka be sent off 3 times this season. Am I right? Is it 3 times he's sent off this season?
Yeah, I think so.
And Martinelli be sent off the other day, which is a bit strange. But
that was very odd.
Very odd. Never seen it. Never seen it happen. Never ever seen it happen. But I think you need to get a better player alongside Partey. I mean, I don't think Xhaka's the answer. you need someone who's going to be consistent.
You don't need to tell me that. Trust me. It's mad, John, because there's there's sections of some of the Arsenal fan base, and people in the chat will agree with me, probably more Arsenal fans. There's some people that think Xhaka he brings team shape, he brings discipline, and he brings structure. And that's from some of the Arsenal fans that say that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second, man.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. I'm not putting you in leg, honestly.
No. He brings a player that's going to get himself sent off every week. But some of the Arsenal fans, it's got to be starting being real as well, because I listen to one or two podcasts as well. And there's one guy I like on the Arsenal podcast, so I rate very, very highly. I know people's not going to agree with you, but I'm not going to mention his name. But
no, don't. Go on.
I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. He's a great guy. I'd love to get on my channel one day. But listen, at the end of the day, I mean, I think Arsenal, if they're going to get top 4, right, then you got to start scoring goals and more goals and
that's
defend
the problem.
well.
That's the biggest problem. Yeah,
if you do that sort of thing, Albert, you'll be absolutely fine. And like I said, you've got to look after Saka. Saka and Smith Rowe are the future Arsenal Football Club. Those two players are going to be the face of AFC. If you don't get Champions League within the next 2 or 3 seasons, I think it'll be done. I think it'll be gone.
Listen, I wouldn't even put it. I know. Listen, there's a big game in Super Bowl tonight with our owner Stan Kroenke, but I think, listen, I wouldn't even put it past. It wouldn't even put it past you if the money was right for those two, for example, who you mentioned.
Yeah,
of course you'd sell them.
Absolutely,
under the manager's nose.
No doubt about it. And I think I'll take that to get used to it. But you know what? I take Saka Smith Rowe at Newcastle all day long.
Nah, it's not, John. It's not happening. It's not. It's not happening. Nah, John, big up, massive review. Thanks for that, man.
And Kentucky as well. And Tekia, I'm not sure. Nah.
So, let me come to Doug. Yeah, Doug. Sort of, what have you made of your own boys this season? Positives and negatives, if so. And obviously, I'll ask you about Arsenal afterwards.
Yeah, it's been a very, very good season so far. I mean, to be in 4 cup competitions going into this stage in the season is absolutely incredible. The Champions League was amazing. First English club to have won 6 in a row. I never thought we would ever have done that, and I was surprised to read that. Actually, I thought Manchester United had done it. I thought Chelsea had done it.
No one had done it. No one.
So it was quite incredible, and especially the group we had. We had Atletico Madrid, we had AC Milan, we had FC Porto as well. League-wise, it has been good. The only thing is we have had a lot of draws, and that is the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's really, really hurt us as well. Yes, I know we're only 9 points behind Manchester City at the moment, but, say you got Tottenham at the weekend, you'd probably expect City to win that one as well. I mean, we've got Norwich, I think, at the weekend, and then I think we've got, I think it's Leeds straight after it. So the gap could potentially be 6 points. Yeah. So that would be very, very good indeed. But no, I think it's been fantastic. Obviously, the highlight. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm gonna have to mention this one. I've recently just moved into this new place. Yeah. The first ever football game I watched in the new flat was Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5. So that is.
See ya. I'll see ya. I'm off. Good night.
But no, I mean the amount of goals we're scoring as well. Like we scored 4 against Watford. We scored 4 against Arsenal, 4 against Southampton.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right. 5 against Watford, 5 against United. Like there were so many games where we were winning by like 5-goal margin. It was absolutely fantastic. The signing of Luis Diaz is absolutely fantastic. We've actually now got a proper squad to actually fight on all 4 fronts, and the bench from the last couple of games has been incredible. I have never seen a Liverpool side that's had that strength and depth now, and places for competition up for grabs as well. So yeah, it has been a very, very good season, and obviously a Carabao Cup final. I think a week on Sunday. To look ahead to.
Doug, before I quickly ask you about Arsenal, when you went like with Diego Jota, I thought it was a good signing by Liverpool, to be fair, from what I've seen at Wolves. But I think with him, to me, he's one of them things where he's a good player, but is it a case of I didn't realize he was that good? Because he's some people go onto big clubs and it just doesn't work out. Listen, one of my favorite non-Arsenal players who came to England was someone mentioned in the chat earlier, Juan Sebastian Veron. Fantastic world-class footballer. Didn't work out at Manchester United and Chelsea. But Jota's elevated. He's been exceptional. And also as well, how's Konate sort of fitted in and how's Van Dijk done for you this season?
I think Kanate's been fantastic signing to being brought in. One of his first ever games was that 5-0 win at Old Trafford as well. But Jota is just incredible. I mean, the amount of headers he scores for a guy that's 5'8" is absolutely incredible. And you know what? He is actually going on to be, he's a slight outsider for the top scorer as well. I think he's only 3 behind Salah now, which is mental. But no, he has been absolutely fantastic this season. His game has gone leaps and bounds. But this is the thing with Jurgen Klopp. He makes good players into world-class players. He's made Alisson into a very good goalkeeper, Van Dijk into a very good defender. The front three, Salah, Mane, Firmino, he's made them look fantastic. And now it looks like he's got a gem in Jota. And Luis Diaz looks an absolute prospect as well. The future is bright, as they say.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Elliott as well. Looking forward to see what he does with Elliott.
Good to see him back. Him back. That was a bad injury, but amazing talent and promise. There's some amazing youngsters in the Premier League. I mean, Harvey Elliott, the boy at City, is it Cole Palmer? We've got some of our boys here at Arsenal. There's some. I know Villa have got some really, really good youngsters. I can't pronounce the lad's name. I saw that come on today, but there's some brilliant youngsters out there. Brilliant. So quickly, what's your thoughts about Arsenal, mate?
Start of the season, I think everyone would have been a little bit concerned. Obviously, 3 straight defeats, obviously against Brentford, Chelsea, Manchester City.
Yeah.
But actually, after that, you hit a wee spell that you could not stop winning. I think you were keeping a few clean sheets as well. Aaron Ramsdale has been an absolute big surprise for me.
Ramsdale.
I honestly, I thought at the time when you paid 32 million for him, I thought, what is happening here? But to his credit, he's taken that number 1 jersey and he's made it his own. And actually, he's been absolutely fantastic. Negatives for me is I think your squad is very, very small now.
Yeah.
Especially up front. You really need a recognised striker. I'm not sure Lacazette is the answer. No. I think he had a couple of chances against Wolves. And this is the thing with Lacazette. He will have a couple of chances. He'll snatch at a few and then he might score one. Against Wolves, I think he had about 4 attempts and one where he should really score. He puts it wide. This is the worrying thing for me is that I think Saka's being overplayed. I think Smith Rowe is being overplayed as well. So, but to be, to be above Manchester United at this stage in the season, well, obviously I think Man United are now back above Arsenal, but I think Arteta's shown big balls into getting rid of Aubameyang.
I agree.
He obviously saw
his managerial career ID. I think that's
he obviously saw that Aubameyang was not up to it. His body language was all wrong. He's a kind of a flashy player. This is why Jurgen Klopp never signed him for Liverpool. Everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, Klopp's going to get Aubameyang from Dortmund." Nope, never happened. Because I think he's had a lot of lateness, especially for, I think he had it in AC Milan, I think he had it at Dortmund as well. So I have to applaud Arteta for that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The only thing that would really worry me, though, is your disciplinary. I think that's now 15 reds under Arteta, which has to stop. And the Martinelli...
Even he's looking dumbfounded and perplexed how he saw
and the Martinelli red the other night. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, listen, Arsenal fans have had their issues with referees or the media for quite a number of years. This goes back to George Graham days. George Graham famously said it. He said, "No, they're out to get us more or less. They don't want that. They don't want to see us succeed." And when you look at some of the decisions that you've seen, as an Arsenal fan, even if you're the most ultra positive or negative, you got to look at it and say, "Nah, this is not right." And that was the tip of the iceberg the other night against Wolves. I couldn't believe it. I generally could not believe it, and I actually couldn't believe it more because the referee who did it. I would have expected
Michael Oliver.
I would have expected that from a few other referees that would have done that, but not him. And he's actually one of and he's one of the better refs, Mike Oliver. So if he's doing that, then we really are screwed, to be honest with you. I know, Doug, thanks that, man. Great stuff, man. Dan, you're gonna bow us out, mate. Your thoughts about your beloved club?
Fantastic. It's been a great season.
Go on, mate. Hit us with it, man.
I'm being serious. We got rid of Ollie, so that was first and foremost. It's just been awful. It's been, and do you know what? The worst bit about it is, it's the expectancy now. You sit there, we can see the goal, and I don't sit there and think, oh, we just bloody conceded. I just think, yeah, knew it was coming. It's a mentality thing with Manchester United players, and it's as simple as that. You've got Ralph Rangnick who's come in. They're leaking everything. I don't know who's leaking it, but they're leaking about not happy with the training. I mean, for Christ's sake, they were moaning that they had to leave training in the dark. These are adults moaning about leaving training in the dark. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's the mentality at United, and a lot of ex-players come and said that Ollie come in and he did so well with getting that togetherness. I don't think he got a togetherness at all. I honestly think the players said to Ollie, "Oh, I'm playing next week, Ollie. Oh, but you didn't play very well last week. Yeah, but I want to play. Okay, you're in." And I think that's where players like Donny van der Beek, for Christ's sake, just I don't even want to get in on him. He was incredible yesterday against Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely ran the show, which is what we've been looking for in a midfielder all year. For the last 2 or 3 years, we've been looking for a midfielder to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and just do something with it. I said to you, Albert, when I was on your show about United playing Arsenal, that I'm not interested in the next 6 months. And well, that was back in, but I'm not. This season's gone. The season's gone for me. It went when we lost 5-0 at home to Liverpool, and then went and got absolutely spanked. I know it was only 2-0, but they played us off the Park City that game. They were in first gear the entire game. So it's not about that. What it is for me now is what we do next season, whether we bring in that manager who's going to come in, work under Rangnick, because Rangnick's not the solution. He's not the manager. He's not the solution. He isn't. It's all about who we bring in and moving forward from there. I mean, it's obvious we need a striker now because Cavani's gone. Greenwood's gone. Martial won't come back. So there's 3 players up top that you're missing straight away. So it's going to be an interesting summer. But do you know what? I don't want to be spending 100 million on Rice, 150. I don't want to do that.
You've gone down that road before.
You look at Dortmund, right? Dortmund go out there and they spend pennies basically on these talents, and they nurture them and create them into fantastic footballers. I'm sick of the age of buying a player for 100 million should be gone at Manchester United. I want a squad of 7 out of 10 each and every week. I don't care if they haven't got that fantastic, amazing second name that's going to sell shirts. I want a player who's going to play for that rather than that on the back.
It's all about playing for the badge. It's all about playing for the badge. Just one very, very quick question to you. Who do you want to come in at the end of the season? Because there's been a lot of talk that Pochettino is going to lose his job at PSG, and people think that he's going to be touted for the Manchester United job.
Well, so this is the issue with United over the last few years, right? We got Mourinho when he got sacked by Chelsea. If we get Poch, we're going to get Poch when he gets sacked by Paris Saint-Germain. We're Manchester United. I don't care if people laugh and say, but we are Manchester United. We don't go for people's bloody used hand-me-downs. We go for the best of the best.
No, I hear you.
And I don't want that anymore. Poch should have come to United years ago. Never did. Go. 2 ships in the wind. They've passed each other. Gone. Move on. We need to bring a manager in. And do you know who I'd take? I'd take the lad from Southampton. I'd take Ralph from Southampton.
Arsene
I've heard that. John, come in. Go on,
Dan. I'll throw out a name, right? Or I think you do well for you. It's sort of the back 4 out, and it make you tough to beat, right? And I know you're not going to like him, but I rate him very highly. Diego Simeone.
You would no. Do you know what I've said Simeone? So when Ferguson went, I wanted Ancelotti. We didn't get him. We got Moyes. When Mourinho went, I said go to Atletico Madrid, bang down their bloody doors, and bring in Simeone. But do you know why they won't go for Simeone? Because he's up there. He knows what he wants.
He won't take those.
He won't take the crap off the owners. That's the only reason they didn't go with. I mean, Conte. That's the only reason they didn't go for Conte. But the problem with Poch is, if they bring Poch in, he's going to have to work beneath Ranić, and we know that Poch likes to have total control, which is where I don't see it work. I just can't see it working. Yeah. But we probably will get him. That's the problem. We'll probably get him.
No, this is great stuff, guys, man. Seriously. Dan, obviously, I want to ask you, you know, your thoughts about Arsenal, mate. Give me your honest thoughts, mate.
I honestly, right, I would. I'm looking at the table now, so we're above you by a point. You've got 2 games in hand. I would take Arsenal's season over United's any day of the week.
Wow.
For the simple fact, the players you've brought in, Ramsdale, White, Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's been brilliant.
Love him. John, I should have asked you about him when we signed him, because I know you're religious to Italian football. But
incredible signing. And also, I think Arteta, this season, we're seeing shades of Pep in him, in the sense of he's not going to take any bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
The Aubameyang thing, he's done that. He's done that for the good of the squad. Now, I honestly think you were hanging your hats on. Is it Vlahovic? What was his name?
Vlahovic.
I think you were all hanging your hat on that. I think until Juventus come in, I think he was possibly maybe going to Arsenal. That was who you were after. But I think if you get a decent striker in there, get a decent central midfielder in there, I don't think you're a million miles off. You've conceded 25 goals this season. Take out the start of the season, the first 3 games. You know, you've not been horrific, and you win your 2 games in hand. I mean, you've got 3 games in hand over 4th place, West Ham. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Arsenal have had the terrible season that honestly, support United. Our club's in disarray. Club's in disarray. It is.
Well, you get food at our grand, Dan, to be honest, so you'd be all right.
but no, seriously, I think a decent striker, decent central midfielder, and I think you'll start to see that team flourish. You've got the boys coming through doing really well. At Smith Rowe, he has got the potential to be special, special. I was listening to an interview with Ramsdale on the cycling goalkeeper podcast. Ben Foster's podcast. He's just incredible. He's got no fear. Like whoever he plays, he doesn't care. And I just think that's what you want in these English players. He's going to be immense. I do agree with what Doug said about Saka being overplayed. I think, but that's one of those things, isn't it? And again, with what Doug's saying, you need a bigger squad. But I think he's doing all right, Arteta. I don't think he's. I'd have him at United tomorrow. I would, because he's got an identity of the way he wants to play now. Whereas United, Jesus Christ, we just do FIFA. If we're losing, we chuck everyone up front.
No, you 3 guys have made really, really good points, man. And like I say, I mean, I can have good debate in regards to Arsenal with other Arsenal fans, but I can't do that with the social media platforms. It's just not possible. It isn't. It's too, like I said, it's too.
I think the thing to say is what Arsenal is one of the most toxic fan bases I think I've seen on social media. It really, really is. Like anytime they lose a game, like everyone is blaming everybody.
You guys see, you rival fans, you guys see it, and you guys all make great points, because my thing is, and the striking situation at Arsenal, even when Aubameyang was there for the last 2 and a bit years, I've had major concerns. I don't think when we play 3 up front or 2 or 1 off the striker, there's no cohesion. There isn't any balance. It just doesn't work, whoever the front 3 are. We don't score enough goals. If you look at our goals scored in the last 4 years in the Premier League, it's down. The positive is that we've got a back 5 unit that Arsenal fans can actually look at and actually think, you know what, we've got a chance here with
Gabriel's fantastic.
Gabriel, and Tierney. So there's a nucleus to work with. We've kept a lot of clean sheets. I think we're only behind City and Liverpool in terms of clean sheets, I believe. I might be wrong. But the striking situation, I said, look, if Arsenal do not address this, they're not going to get top 4. I don't care what any positive Arsenal fan wants to sit here and tell me in a podcast or on Twitter. It's not going to happen. We don't score enough goals.
None of them want top four, do they? West Ham drew today. United drew. Wolves did well. Wolves actually are low key coming through, aren't they? Wolves are actually low key having a really, really good successful season.
They don't concede. They don't concede a lot of goals. Wolves. That's what's kept them sort of in the race. They don't score many. Well, they scored a few today, which I was quite happy about, to be honest.
Wolves have conceded 17 goals all season.
Madness.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
No, but guys, you know what?
I'd be surprised if Wolves are in a good position and get in the top four. If they get in the top four, well deserved. We're a large first season. Guess Wolves in the top four. Flipping that is fantastic.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. That'd been amazing. Listen, I've said this. If Raul Jimenez was 4 or 5 years younger, I would drive to the Black Country and bring him to Arsenal. I love the guy. I think he's exceptional.
He's a cracking player. Yeah. I've just actually remembered something I was meant to ask John. Do you think Joe Linton's turning into a sort of Newcastle Roberto Firmino? Doesn't get the goals, but his work rate is second to none.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to get enough goals for us, if I'm honest with you. But what he'll do, he'll win the balls to midfield and he'll make those runs from midfield, driving you, he can pass the ball as well. He can make those long diagonal passes as well. He's pretty good at that as well. But if he's going to be a Firmino, he's going to have to play up front. And I do not want to see Joe Linton play up front again. But midfield, that is perfect position. And he should be steering there because I think
ran the midfield against United, but then saying that everybody runs the midfield against
United. I was going to call and say that he definitely controlled the midfield against you lot. Yeah, you were poor, man. That's the worst. I'm going to be honest with you, Dan. This is the worst Man United team I've seen in a decade, at least a decade.
Wow. Oh, and more. This is it's horrendous, and the problem is. It's like I said, I don't want to dwell on too much, but it's a mentality thing. It really is. You know, they went in at 1-0 at the weekend, and I'm sat there. I turned around to the wife. I went, "We'll draw this." 2 minutes later, bang, 1-1, and I'm like, "Cry!" And I tell you, who's suffering the most is Harry Maguire. Well, I don't know what we've done to him. I honestly, we've destroyed that bloke. We've absolutely destroyed him. He looks terrified. Honestly, I mean, Shea Adams at the end. Borgia. Was it Borgia? Sorry, at the end.
Borgia.
Sat him down. He looked terrified, and honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's happened to it because I really like Harry Maguire. I really.
Do you think Jenka spell out the team would help him?
It will, mate. But this is United. All right, this is United fans for you, right? 12 months ago, and you can all back me on this. Lindelof's a waste of time. Get rid of him. He's the weak link. United fans now, Lindelof, he's got ability, he can pass it. Come on, honestly. But
Dan, listen, all our fan bases have got it. Listen, I see it daily with some of the debates with the Arsenal fans. Is beyond. I'm in so many group chats. I just switch off most of the time because it's too much. I just take a break. I have a life. I've worked, so yeah. But no, guys. Now, before we go, sorry, John, how did you feel about the Chris Wood sign? Just to quickly ask you, because when I heard that he was going, I actually thought it was a shrewd signing. All he needs to do is get a goal off the mark because he knows the league. He can score goals. He can. He just needs to get off the mark, and I think he'll do all right for you, John. But what do you think?
Well, I get a lot of mixed messages as well, coming to us on my streams now as well. But I'm trying to defend the guy. But we are getting people saying that if he doesn't score goals and keeps us up, that'll do. Listen, Chris Wood is a goal scorer. Chris Wood, his job is to score goals as well, not just hold the ball at the play and having a go at defenders. His job is to score goals. And if he doesn't score goals, that's 25 million quid down the drain. But I'm trying to back him, but it's getting tough. It's getting tough all the time.
John, hang in there, John. Hang in. Trust me, hang in there. I think it'll come good. I
think it'll come good. I think it'll come fine. It'll come good. But one thing I'm going to say, he is not a long-term signing. It's not a long-term signing. But next season, he will not be a first teamer. That guy will be Darwin Núñez for Newcastle, from Benfica. He will come, and I think he'd be first choice.
John, I'll tell you, mate, United will sign him. We seem to like strikers who are near the end of their careers. Jesus.
No, you won't do that. You won't
do that. Also, wait, fun fact for you, Dan. Fabinho has more goals in 2022 than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, God.
I know.
Don't worry, Dan. Don't worry. It's a Sunday evening, mate. Just chill and relax, but it's fine.
I've got to catch a flight to Poland in the morning, so thanks for that. I'm going to be fuming.
Sorry, bro. Don't worry. No, but guys, no, I want to say, this Live Stories episode 10 has come to an end. This has been fantastic to get John Doug on for the first time. Dan, like I said, this take you away from the blood and thunder of Twitter and social media world, and Newcastle world, and Liverpool, Man United world. Live Stories is about your guys' life stories when it comes to football. So fantastic insight, great stuff, great people, great interaction in the chat. Thank you, people. Smash the like button, like I said. John, you're always welcome in this channel, man. Keep doing the amazing work you're doing. Tell the people where they can find you, my friend.
Yes, sure. If you go on to on Twitter and social media, it's John_NUFC42. On YouTube, John Sinclair NUFC. Instagram, John Sinclair 50. And on my Facebook, John Sinclair.
People, you heard it there. Go and follow. Don't think about it. Just go and do it. John, keep up the amazing work, man. Super proud of you, mate. Honestly.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Dan, my bro, as always, man. Pleasure to get you on again. Great stuff from you as always, mate. Tell the people where they can find you for your fantastic work, mate.
Well, they can find me in a dark room shaking because of United doing their bits. No, at Football Want on Twitter, basically doing our best to promote what is called ground hopping. Ground hopping is incredible.
Very good.
People who just go all around the country, around the world, ticking off as many grounds as they can. So we do a lot of podcasts with that. Also on Instagram, it's football and that is what I want. Also, just a quick one. I'm really sorry, Albert. Anyone out there, just keep smiling, because mental health is absolutely it's terrible at the moment, especially in blokes, and people don't. Us blokes, we're very male bravado and just want to keep it all in. So just remember to make sure that you talk to each other. It's okay not to be okay. Utilize your friends, utilize everyone, utilize us if you have to.
Yeah, 100%.
Make sure you speak up, because honestly, mental health is a killer, and we don't need to lose any more people. But thank you for having me on, Albert. Absolutely loved it, mate. Absolutely loved it.
No, Dan, fantastic message, man. People, I echo that, and the panel, I'm sure, agree with that as well. People talk, man. It's not easy, but you have to do it, man. You're not alone. Trust me. Believe me. There's too many platforms out there. There's too many helplines out there. There's too many people out there to be able to speak to anyone. You can. Trust me. And Doug, last but not least, thank you for coming on, mate. Fantastic insight. Great to get all your opinions, particularly about Arsenal as well, the club that I love, because sometimes we need to hear it from an outside, and not from a banter point of view, but a genuine footballing reasons to why you think we might not actually be doing what we should be doing. But Doug, fantastic stuff, mate. Keep up the amazing work. Where can the people find you?
Well, thank you very much for having me. An absolutely wonderful panel. Great to meet John for the first time. Absolutely cracking guy. Absolutely love his channel as well. Dan, he's like another brother to me anyway. And Albert, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. My YouTube is the Dugout Football Channel. It is a basic football channel, trying to expand. Obviously, I've done AFCON, I do Bundesliga, I do Premier League. I do loads of things, UEFA Champions League predictions as well. My Instagram is Douglas.Horn. That is my Twitter handle, _1992. And my Facebook is Douglas James Horn.
And there you have it, people, from the fantastic panel. Northeast, Northwest twice. And good old Southeast London red carpet representing Arsenal with your host, Albert JTV, of course. Come and subscribe, come and follow. Like I said, support my footballing community on this panel, because they deserve it and they put in amazing, amazing work. But people, Live Stories episode 10 is done. Guys, I will be back with another episode of Live Stories on the 25th of February. Got a fantastic panel. Taken a bit of time to get them on, but as these guys will testify with YouTube, it's not that the collaborations don't happen. It's just timing. That's the most important thing. It's very, very difficult. But much love to my amazing panel. But that is Life Stories, Albert J TV, over and out, episode 10. Good night, people.